Because World Championship 2013 in Schlabing. I was in Schlabing in school and I was sitting in my school class and was really looking up to the race hill. And I thought, when Schlabing really hosts one time the World Champs, I will do a medal there. To the start, everything what can go wrong did go wrong on this day. At the warm-up run, I crashed 4 times. 2 skis are broken, my poles get broken, and normally I'm done. But on this day, okay, doesn't matter. First run, I got into the 6th position. In the second run, there were 40,000 people cheering. I said, okay, if Austria takes a medal today, it will be mine. Now they said my name. He closed the gate. I'm ready, just click my poles and go out there. After the second intermediate, I heard everything, how much I was in front. I should go really fast. Come on, that's my day, that's your race. I've got goosebumps. It's crazy. When Tanja Butjanek crossed the finish line, she was behind me and I knew I got my medal. I really was thinking my whole school career that I will get a medal in Schlabing if there are hosts.
Hello and welcome to the Ronny Leber show, where every week we bring you fascinating guests with inspiring stories of success and overcoming obstacles from the world of sports, business and entertainment. To support this channel, please subscribe, turn on the notification bell and hit the like button so that we can deliver you the best content possible. She grew up in a little mountain village in the Austrian Alps. She started skiing at the age of 2.5 and won her first races when she was just 5 years old. She had her World Cup debut at the tender age of 16. Besides being the winner of the Austrian version of Dancing with the Stars, she won 7 World Championship medals and is a 3-time skiing world champion. And after 17 years of skiing at the highest level, today she's working on TV. I'm thrilled and excited to have her on the show. Joining us live from Vilsmoos, Austria, please welcome, here's Michaela Kirchgasser. Woo!
Hi, happy to be here.
Hi, I'm very excited to have you. And today we'll talk a lot about what it takes to be successful, also what to do when things do not go your way, and also how to successfully shift your career from one field into a different field. But before we get into all of that and looking back on your journey, and it has been quite a journey with many ups and downs, a lot more ups actually. What's the first thing that comes to mind to you?
I think it started like the first World Cup race. I mean, it's the story behind the first World Cup race in skiing is pretty special because normally you have to go through all the junior races, then you go to a Leber Cup, and then you start in World Cup races. And my first World Cup race was, I were at the junior races in Obergurgl. And the head coach there then was Karl Fresner, and he was visiting the race and just watching the young girls. And I was there in my second year for the junior races, and I did take place, I think, the second, 2-time second place. And then he said, "This girl I want to take to the World Cup race." And all the coaches said, she didn't ever have a World Cup race. She's not in the Austrian Ski Federation, so I mean that's really, really tough. And he said, "But she's in form. She's great skiing. I take her." And after the race, my coach talked to me and said to me, "Yeah, you got a World Cup race." And I said, "Haha, yeah, got a Christmas joke." No, really, you are allowed to go to Sestriere. Yeah, and he asked me which goal I want to achieve, and I said, second run would be great. And he asked, in the World Cup race, just the best 30 ladies are racing the second run. And I said, I know. Okay. So he thought I'm a little bit crazy. And I think I didn't get it at this time. And then there was the World Cup race. I started with start number 77, where at the start, I think number 15. I was so afraid, so nervous. And I just watched the girls racing and fought. Yeah, at the third game, I think I have 2 seconds behind. So what I'm doing here? When I was in the finish, I was 17, I think. No, at 23. I was 23rd. 23
After
position.
the first run.
At the first run. And I just didn't get it because it's the first time you have this digital sign in the finish. And then it was 23, a time, and 77. And I thought, 77, that's my number. That's a time. What's this? Is this a position? And that was so crazy. And there were two Austrian members just in the finish because the others were all up for the second run. And it was pretty busy for the second run because I have to take all my clothes, go on the chairlift, and had to do the inspection. And then I didn't have any time to think about and just stood at the start of the second run and had to go there. So yeah, I think it was pretty good because I was really, really nervous. So, but it's great, and that's always coming into my mind whenever anybody asks me what's the first thing I'm thinking about, and I think it's the first race because it's so special and so memorable.
And at the end, actually, you finished 17th. That was after the second run, you finished 17th. And that's quite an achievement, actually, coming from number 77, because for everybody that has no idea about skiing, having a higher starting number doesn't just mean that you start later. It also means that the slope is in way worse condition than it is for the first runners, because when you're number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or something, you have an amazing slope like a carpet. And then at 77,
that's what I used to. In the junior races, I had good numbers, and then I thought, okay, there will be a really tough slope. But then I started, and normally you have to think, so now it's going, there's the hairpin, there's the vertical. And then I thought at the fourth or fifth gate, so, why is the slope so good? So I was really, with my thinking, and my mind was totally different to my races before. I just think so many coaches, why are they standing in the middle of the run? The slope is so good. So it was so crazy. Afterwards, I thought, so maybe I should think more often about such things while I'm skiing.
So when you let's take a step back. Actually, when you started out, and when I prepared for this interview, I heard that there was actually no plan B. You started skiing at a very young age, and skiing was always your first love when it came to career choices. What were the dreams when you grew up? Was it that you were chasing some idol, or was it that you wanted to become Olympic champion, world champion, or what was it? Or did you just have fun skiing?
Everything of that. I mean, of course, I've got an idol. That was Renate Götzl, because she is our speed queen. But she started with a slalom victory, and it was just the strength and the power she skis always. And I thought, so I want to be like her. And of course, you dream of world champion titles, Olympic Games medals, of course, also overall titles or just discipline goals. But I mean, it was quite okay, my career. But when I finished, I thought maybe it could have been more. But afterwards, 2 years afterwards, I got the feeling, so it was quite good. So I was not satisfied with my career when I ended with my achievement. But now, like you just introduced me, I mean, it sounds pretty great. And I'm just sorry for myself.
It's a nice start.
Feeling during my career. It was just a feeling after my career. But back to your question before the whole career. I mean, yeah, in Austria, we have now already a half meter of snow in my hometown. And we start skiing like walking. And I got down the hill with 2.5 years. My first race was in the kindergarten race. I won. And for me, I was sure I just want to be a racer, a ski racer. And I always dreamed of it, but my mother always said it's too expensive. You're not allowed to. We cannot pay for the school. And yeah, one day she said, I just take the formula to fill you in. You can start in the Hauptschule, in the secondary school, I think. And I said, what? Okay, yeah, cool, crazy. I mean, we have to do there a race for skiing, and I was pretty nervous there, but it was great.
The skiing in secondary school, right? It was with a skiing focus.
Yeah, right. And because my uncle said to my mom, he's in primary school director, and he said she has to go to school anyway. There is in the afternoon sports, so that's pretty good. So, and then with 14 years, if there's a chance that maybe be good in skiing, or it doesn't matter anymore. So yeah, then you can decide what to do. And that's why I got to get the chance to go into the Skihauptschule Schladming. And yeah, of course, this was the first step for my career. And then I was pretty lucky because it was always straight, no injuries, no downs. It was just up, and it was never for any plan B because I was pretty young with skiing in World Cup. And then it was sure I cannot quit. I love it.
Wow, very beautiful. I several things came to mind right now. Actually, what specifically did you love about it? On the one hand, and on the other hand, you were talking about the results, and you were talking about that back then you were not satisfied when you ended your career. That you thought, I could have done better. And now, after a few years, looking back at it, you were like, okay, it wasn't so bad after all. Actually, it was quite good. How much did you define yourself also through the results? And because I think it's something very typical in any athlete. And how do you think about this now? So let's start with what specifically did you love about it?
I love that I could do the thing that I love the most. Just skiing, having fun with skiing. This feeling when you go down the slopes for all the pressure is also about the waves and the rolls and just playing with the skis and the snows and the different conditions and just feel free. I mean, I've never had a job 8 to 5.
And Michi, just picking up on that, because we might have listeners who have never who have never even seen snow. So what's the fascination of skiing? Also, what's so magical about it?
That I mean, the feeling during a turn when you do slalom turns or cheers turn, it depends from the
Discipline.
Discipline. Thanks. I mean, slalom is really like top. It's like you jump all the time, but you're doing it with carving ski. You really like to go. You press the snow. The pressure, the edge go into the snow, into the ice sometimes, and it's just a feeling that you really stand there and nearly with your back you sit on the snow. And I mean that's playing with the Schwerkraft, gravity.
With the gravity, yeah.
Yeah, you're playing with the gravity, and I mean that's a great feeling. It's yeah. I mean, when you're
listening to
and you know snow, it's one of the greatest things you can do. I mean, I also
it
love.
Sounds like an artist painting with his painting on a canvas in a way, and you were painting with your skis in the snow.
Yeah, sometimes easier, sometimes tough painting, but yeah, you can rely on this. But I mean, it's yeah. When you grow up with snow, I think it's so hard to describe what's really the biggest emotion or the feeling on the slope. You have to enjoy it for yourself because it's so great. And of course, there's always a few risks, but the joy is much more there.
Wow. And on the other hand, now coming back to how much you were defined by your results, by actually chasing the results, by chasing the next just the next race, being better, and also when did you it sounds like now you kind of let go of that a little bit, because also it's afterwards you're looking back in retrospect.
Yeah, I mean, I think many people can maybe rely in business. You do something and then you get a result, but I could have done better. And in skiing or in sports, it's when you're good, maybe you're top 5, top 3, top 10. Sometimes it depends. It's top 10 is quite good as well, but normally you want to win. Second place is the first loser.
And we're talking
And
about top 10 in the world. We're not talking about top 10 in a
yeah,
little.
but you don't think about top 10 in the world. You just think top 10 in the race. So that's first thing, the biggest problem, because you just want to achieve, you just want to win. And of course, podium is always great. And my problem was really I was skiing with Austrians legends. I mean, Renate Götzl, Alexandra Meisnitzer, Michele Dorfmeister, Marlies Schild, now Maris Reich, Niki Hosp, Katrin Zettel. They really were, they won, I think, every girl won more than 20 World Cup races. Me, just 3. I mean, just 3. It's okay, but the problem was always that when they did great races through the whole season. I did a great race, maybe a great first run, then big problems in the second run. I don't want to say shitty second run, but I've always problems doing 2 run pretty good. When I did 2 run pretty good, I was on the podium, and I was like, it cannot be that hard. I mean, the others do it all the time. Why am I not? So after my career, it was the world championship I think in Åre 2019. I retired 2018, and then the girls was doing the combined, and my name was called because of the last Austrian combined medalist.
2017, a bronze medal.
Oh, yeah, in Moritz, right. And 19, the girls were competing. Unfortunately, Ramona Siebenhofer doing just the 4th place. And so 21 at the World Championship at the combines. Again, my name was the last one, Austrian medalist. And then I thought, okay, now they got 2 times the chance, didn't make it. And also after our great team we have been up to 2015, the girls struggled a little bit with the victories, with the podium. And then I thought, so okay, we were just great then, but you're so in the focus, you just want to achieve, that you're not allowed to take a 5th or a 7th place for good, because the other girls take the 2nd, the 1st all the time. So it's always like, I need to do more. I need more. I can do more. I feel it. And that was the problem why I was not really satisfied with my achievement. I mean, it sounds crazy. On the other side, it sounds clearly understandable, I think.
It absolutely makes sense, because there is this saying that you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And if you're in a room with a lot of people who are more successful than you are, who are maybe who have more money than you have, who are fitter than you are, and so on, there's a great chance that you are also going to get there because you're being pulled by them. If you're in the room and you are the most successful person in the room, you're the fittest person in the room, and so on, then clearly you're in the wrong room. Because it might feel good for a moment, but there's nobody there to challenge you and to grow. And so basically being with all those legends, that also made you grow, didn't it?
Totally. I mean, upsides. Besides the sports, we were great in friendships. I mean, with Niki Hosp in a really great friendship now. And of course, we were competing against each other, but from start to finish, you're an athlete. Besides, the whole time you're traveling again together. You are in the hotel rooms. You're taking the chairlift. You take coffee in the free time. You are colleagues. I mean, you are friends, and then just between start and finish, you're really not enemies, but a kind of small enemy, of course, because you want to do it the best. And I think that was especially from 2005 to 2015, we were a really great team. I mean, 2007, we won everything a women team could have won in the World Cup. So many races, we won all discipline globes. There were the World Cup overall title, so many double or free podiums from Austria, and it was so great because we achieved more points than the men. And yeah, it's not it's not that often that this happens. So it was really quite good, and we were such a strong team. We pushed us all together for more and more and more and higher and higher. And I think that's incredible what women can do, or sports athletes, female, male athletes, it doesn't matter, because when you encourage each other, it's so great to have a team. Besides, you are in a single sports, so that's great.
We are going to get to the team aspect a little bit later as well, because you were actually quite amazing in that as well. And but before we get into that, you mentioned before that when you were 16 years old, you got into the World Cup. And I remember Thomas Muster, a fellow countryman of ours, who was world number one in tennis, once told me that when he actually went into the top 10 for the first time in the world, that he couldn't, he was in a way thinking, well, I don't belong here. Like, what am I doing here with all those legends, with all those greats? All of them I looked up to, and now suddenly I'm in this elite circle. Was there ever a time when you thought as well, like, wow, what am I doing here? Or I can't believe that I'm here with all of them. And how do you adjust also your mind?
I think I thought the most times of what I'm doing here. I mean, of course, you train hard, you do everything, you try to do everything, but then it's good. Then you got your achievement, you got the first place, and then I thought, did I just skip really well, or just the others? Did the others just pretty big mistakes? So it's, yeah. I was, how should I say? I'm sorry for myself that I didn't get that self confidence like many others do, but that's me, and I think it's a special way. It's tough because I think it's human that you always think everybody makes it better than you. Everything. I mean, it's like you say, chasing, and just you need to get pushed. But I think the most time I thought so, was I really that good? So that's the big question. Is it that you're not allowed to take yourself in this position? Yeah, you are. You was good. You are good. Doesn't matter. Or you say so. Did I have any mistakes, or why just happened it today to me? So that's. I ask myself maybe too much, but yeah, that's it.
Do you think that is also related with what you were saying before, that in the first runs, oftentimes you were very good, and then when you were very good in the first run, in the second run, you did not reach the same level of performance than in the first run, that maybe in between there was some dialogue going on in your head?
Maybe I was scared to get the achievement.
And you're laughing about it, but it's,
Yeah, but
I
maybe
mean,
that's. I mean, for me, always were the points also was in my mind all the time, because I always because you at the races there is a World Cup starting list, and it's pretty complicated to explain now, but you always need the points from the race on this day to get a better start number next race. Pretty easy saying now, so. And I was were the top 14, 15, and after 15 you fell out of the group, and then it's not that easy because the slope is getting
worse, and
more
then you
bad.
need to fight
Yeah,
your way back.
right. And so I was always thinking after a first good run, I need the points. I need the points for my starting number. And it's funny because then at the World Champs or at the Olympic Games, I didn't have this thinking, because it was just this race. These points didn't go for the World Cup starting list, and so it doesn't matter. And so I didn't have this thinking in my mind. So yeah, it's crazy, but some thinkings you cannot stop. That's there.
How was that? Because is this a topic also that you were discussing also with other skiers, how they're dealing with that, or were there also people, maybe a sports psychologist or somebody that you were talking with them, or did you just deal with them by yourself?
I talked once to my friend Anna Veit. Anna Feininger, maybe a few more, know her more.
Several times she has won the overall World Cup
2 times and world
and
champion,
Olympic
the
champion, I
water.
believe, as well.
And I told her my thinkings and my what's going up in my mind, and she said, "Are you crazy? You are not allowed to think this way." And I said, "Yeah, but I'm doing, and I don't know how to stop it." And she said, "Yeah, you have to find a way. Otherwise, it will be really tough, and you should not think this way because it stops you, it blocks you in bringing your strength on the slope." And yeah, she was totally right. I started to train with a mental coach. The first mental coach was, he disappointed me. Really, really tough because he told everything, the coach, everything like person. I mean,
You mean
there
that
it was,
the level of trust
yeah,
or the trust was breached?
the trust. I mean, there was no trust after this because it was, yeah, I really felt disappointed and hurt. And because I say my thinking or my opinion is when you're doing stuff with the mental coach, you have to do it all in or nothing. And all in is not just skiing. There are all the private stuff, like maybe more private stuff what's going on than skiing because skiing is like it's automatically in your mind. You know what you're doing, but all the private stuff really blocks you, and you need to speak with someone because it when you're feeling or when I was not feeling really great, when I was not in my comfort zone, it was really tough for me to get out of the comfort zone and push me to the limits. And so I, yeah, talked all my private stuff out, and he told everything the coaches. So I was, yeah, like I said, pretty disappointed. And I said I cannot work with him anymore. Got to a second one, and he gave me some instruments to work with. And I mean, we go different ways after 3 seasons, but his tools was pretty good for me. It worked, and that's the most important thing.
Wow, that's amazing to hear, and thank you also for being open and for sharing that here, because I think it's something that many people can relate to, and it doesn't matter if you're skiing or whatever you're doing in your life. If you're performing, or if you have to perform, or if you want to perform in whatever you're doing, you are always the biggest limiting thing in your life. So in order to be better, you need to also work around the things that are going on in your mind and that are actually that you're dealing with at the time.
Yeah,
And
and I
that's
think
something.
what's also important to you work always with people, and the most important thing is to work with respect with other people. And I didn't feel any respect back then, so it was quite tough. It was quite tough learning for me, but it was tough but good learning for life. So
I think another learning that you shared with me before fits in here quite perfectly. You shared with me a coin.
yeah, it's like
Tell us what is about that.
yeah, it's like I ask you, how would you grab a coin? I mean, I would grab the coin like this.
Mhm.
And just for mindset, everything you can grab, or not
Just for
everything.
everybody who's not seeing us right now, you have it between your thumb and your index finger.
This one, yeah, like this.
Hmm.
So it's not just everything you can grab, it's also every Gedanke, bin ich schon ganz blöd?
Every thought.
Danke. Every thought you have can be positive or negative, like the sides, the positive side and the negative side. And it's just really important to speak out all the negative sides, all the negative thoughts or sides of a thing then there is not that much power in the negative sides and just more in the positive. That's really, when I was struggling, I always thought about the coin. Can I grab it like a coin? My thinking, my situation. I just put the situation into the coin, and then I grab it, and then I spoke to me, what can I do? What can go wrong? What can go good? What can go wrong up to a little bit, or what can get good up to the last gate, maybe, in slalom especially. All thoughts were there, and then it was, not that it was much easier, but I feel easier, when you know
It
what
took
I
away
mean.
the power. It
Negative
dissolved.
power was I was afraid of, like struggling, fell off, getting hurt again, all this stuff. I mean, it's crazy, but another thing he told me, besides the coin thing, and the coin thing works with them really great, is self-speaking into the mirror. I mean,
I know you're laughing right now because it maybe sounds a bit crazy or something, yeah. But it's not. It's fantastic.
well, sometimes I really thought I'm crazy because it's like now you really looked into the mirror, and I was talking to myself, talking loud out, not just thinking, really loud speaking, and I was arguing with myself. I was really embarrassing. I was, talking everything to me, so positive, also the negative sides. And sometimes I really thought, girl, now you're just going to be crazy. And the toughest thing I told myself in the mirror is, hey girl, you're good. You're really good. Believe that you are good. And the first time I spoke out loud out this sentence 3 times, it was so, you're good. And then I think, maybe I should speak it a little bit louder. So, you're good. Is nobody see this? Okay, good. So that's so crazy because it's just give the power to yourself, but otherwise you're embarrassed. Maybe anyone could hear it. So that's crazy, but it works and it gives you power and strength, and that's really, really great.
And it's fantastic because you're also telling your nervous system, say it like you believe it. Like, hey, I'm good or I'm great or whatever you're saying, like that you believe it. Because when you are, and it's great that you're actually making this difference, because when you're just like, I'm good.
Yeah. You're feeling like this small, and
Yeah, exactly. And your brain is going, who are you kidding, man?
and what's also really important is positive language, because the mind don't accept the words not, no. So when I talk to myself,
I'm not bad does not work.
Yeah, because it's what, I'm bad, okay, good. That's what the mind gets. So that's a really strange. So there's really positive language, positive communications, and then it's much easier. But it's tough because you're always doing this negative language stuff. That's so great.
But you know what's interesting? Because oftentimes those things come into our mind from a very young age on. And oftentimes it is related to who we thought that we need to be, and it has to do with self-worth and how we, maybe what our in our upbringing that some people told us, or maybe was it at school, or it was in some people it was in from the parents or the family or something, or maybe older siblings or whatever it is. It can be all kinds of things, but then this kind of is manifested or transformed into your mind, and later on you don't even realize it's there, but somehow you're like, I gotta figure out a way out of that.
That's right, yeah. But it's tough because when something is so big in your mind for so many years, it's tough to get it out, to change it.
Absolutely.
And work with yourself is the toughest work, I think.
Another thing that that I believe that skiing is really great at when it comes to working with the mind, and that anybody who has ever watched a ski race has probably seen when the camera goes to the warm-up area, and then you see the skiers when they are there and they're visualizing. They're visualizing the course. And visualization is a tool that is not just great in order to go down a course, because the whole point of it is to anticipate where are the obstacles, or where are the gates that you need to go around, or that you and how do you need to go on that specific path of the course. And that's something that it also can be translated into every part of your life in a way. How do you learn visualization? How did you learn that? Do you remember that? And at the same time, how can it translate into other areas?
I just learned that, like the coaches said, go through your mind, the run through your mind. Yes. Then you just started, I think so, and then you, of course, you do it more and more, and you get expert there. And now I know when anything in your mind you go through more than 100 times, then it's there. Then it's manifested there.
Yeah.
So everything you want to do, you want to achieve, you just have to take or create a picture in your mind and just think of this, because then it happens in your mind and then it's easier. There's one special story I can relate to there, because World Championship 2013 in Schlabing. I was in Schlabing in school, and I think Schlabing were 5 or 6 time candidate for the World Championship, and at the 6 times they were good to go. And I was sitting in my school class and was really looking up to the race hill, and I thought, when Schlabing really hosts sometime or one time the world champs, I will do a medal there. So 2013 combined 4th place. Cheers, I was really bad. I went out, and then it was just one race again, just one race left, the slalom once again. And
the last race of the women.
And at the start, or to the start, everything what can go wrong did go wrong on this day. At the warm-up run, I crashed 4 times. 2 skis are broken. My poles get broken. I didn't do any warm-up run into the finish. And normally, I'm done. I'm out. What should I do? And I get nervous. But on this day, okay, doesn't matter. Okay. No, doesn't matter. My service mate said, everything okay with you? Yeah, it's good. It's not my warm-up day. Okay. First run, I got into the 6th position, and I never looked how far I'm away from the 3rd place, just how much I'm behind the 1st place. It was 55 seconds of 100. Hundreds of a second. So crazy. Sorry. And then in the 2nd run, in Austria, that's a real ski party. There were 40,000 people cheering and just want to see an Austrian athlete making a medal. And we were 5. Normally there are 4, but we were 5 girls, because Mari Schild was the defending champion. And at the start era, you hear everything, because it was so loud. You hear everything when they go to the intermediate time and into the finish line. It was loud
or not so loud.
Not so loud or quiet, and okay, no Austrian lead. And then after the 4th girl was in the finish, I said, okay, if Austria takes a medal today, it will be mine. Okay. I wasn't nervous. It's crazy. And then I was in the start house. Just before the starting gate, in the finish area, there were one song. It's from Scooter Maria.
I like it loud.
Right. That's always the Austrian, in an Austrian home race. After this title or this sequence of the song, the starting man close the starting gate, and then you start. And I hear the song and said, so, okay, now they said my name. He closed the gate. I'm ready, just clicked my pulse and go out there. And after the second intermediate, I heard everything the Finnish speaker, Stefan Steinacher, said. He said how much I was in front. I should go really fast. Come on, that's my day, that's your race, and all. I knew it now. I also know it today. I mean, I've got goosebumps. It's crazy. And then I got in the finish with 87 hundredths of a second in front, with 5 goals on the start. And then I got nervous. And when Tanja Butjainen crossed the finish line, she was behind me, and I knew I got my medal. So that's so crazy because it was my first single medal, and that I got the silver medal. I just got 10 minutes later because I got my medal. Doesn't matter what happened. I just had a medal. And that's so crazy because I really was thinking my whole school career that I will get a medal in Schlapping if there are hosts. And here it is.
Wow, what a magical story! And I remember I was there that day, and it was really beautiful. And I remember I actually was hosting at the fan arena nearby, and I had your whole family on stage that day, and it was also a big party there.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, first individual medal was quite cool party there with all the family, all the friends. You were at the Krone, or were you at the Gösser? I don't know.
The Gösser.
Gösser.
I was at the Gösser
Oh,
fan arena. It was a whole different. It was, let's say, well, anyway, I'm not going to get into the details of that, but it was quite a drink fest in a way. There, I would let's leave it like that. I would, but before you came to, and would you also consider this is your biggest success that you've had as a skier?
No, I mean, it was the first medal I achieved alone without a team medal because I got 5 team medals. But
No, three times as a world champion, and one time I think as a silver medal in the team, and then the silver medal in slalom, and 2 bronze in combined.
Right. But I think the biggest victory is the bronze medal at the combined in St. Moritz 2017 because I got a lot.
Before we get into that, because I want to get also it ties into why it's the biggest one, because there were also some downsides actually in your career. We were talking before that in the beginning everything just went up, 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 but then there were some times in 2009 there was an injury with the knee. 2010 the Olympic Games in Vancouver were, for your standards, a total disaster. It was a 15th place, a 9th place, and did not finish. And after that, you were close
I wanted to quit my career after the Olympic Games. Yeah, because I did great in trainings. I mean, Mali Schild was back then the biggest.
The slalom queen.
Fun?
The slalom queen. She was amazing.
She was amazing. And in training, I was really battling with her. I mean, we just pushed it out, but she did it also in race. And in the races, I got, I think, up to 3.5 seconds behind her. I mean, that's crazy. And after the Olympics, because it was really, like you said, a disaster, I felt so, I don't want to do it more. I'm just this training world champ. I cannot do it in race. If maybe I was not concentrated enough or just too stupid doing 2 good runs in race. But I was really disappointed for myself that I just do it really great in training, but not in the competition. And then I talked to my coaches and I said, thanks. I quit, and I went home. And I also told my mother and my parent and my dad. And my mother said, "Yeah, okay, but I don't believe you. If you think you quit. But just I need some eggs and milk. Just go to the supermarket." I was really crying. I mean, everything was pouring, and then I mean, I quit, and I felt disappointed. Not like my mom was reacting. It's just I want to quit the most passionate thing in my life, and it feels not great. But I quit. And then I was in the supermarket, and there was a Filsmos, a woman who lives in Filsmos, and she says, "Oh, fine, you're back home, halfway from Canada." And I said, "Yeah, but yeah, you have been at the Olympics, yeah." Because in Austria you say, "Dabei sein ist alles." It's like,
Yeah, like being there is everything.
yeah. I mean, no, it's not. and I said, "Yeah, but I decided I quit." And she said, "Okay. I mean, nice. So we have you much more here with us in Filsmus. That's great." And I said, "So yeah, but I mean, I don't know what I want to do." And she said, "Michi, it doesn't matter what you do. In Filsmus, you are not the skier, and we don't like you because of your skiing skills. We like you because of your being, like your humanity. And it doesn't matter what you do. It's just how you are to us, and we love you, and you know you are always here with us, and it's great to be here in Filsmus." I take my stuff for mom, went home, and said, "Okay, maybe I'm not quitting." And from this beginning, I was much more, or it was much easier for me to achieve some things, because maybe she was the person that needs me, or that tells me things that it's easier, that I can be an athlete besides my human being. And it's good when you're not are great in all your different things. And she know the story, and I'm really grateful for her that she talked to me, and that she, yeah, make it possible that I got my big achievements after this talk.
Very beautiful, very beautiful. Now take us to 2017 to St. Moritz when you were third at the combined, which is a combination of downhill and slalom,
Right.
and so the speed and the tech discipline. And on the other hand, why was this your greatest achievement?
It was the greatest achievement because since 2009, I was unlucky, or I don't know. I needed every single year a surgery for one of my knees. Since 2009 to 2017, I got 11 surgeries. Every time after the year, because of my cartilage and my meniscus, and it was really tough. After my first injury, I didn't thought that this will join me my whole career. So every year there were therapy. Just the first thing was surgery, then therapy, late conditional training starts. I wasn't able to train with the team. I need to do everything alone, and I'm not really. I don't like it to be alone. I like to have people around me. It's easier. There are more laughter, and yeah. So this was tough, but this medal in St. Moritz was 17 years of World Cup, 17 years of achievements, of disappointments, of injuries, of rehas, just my whole career. And especially the 4 weeks before the World Champs, we got the race in Flachau, my hometown, or near my hometown. And after the bib draw for the next day, I felt pain in my knee, and I wasn't able to do the race the next day. And instead of doing the race, I was driving to Innsbruck to my doctor, and we did an MRI, and he said, yeah, it's not as good as it should be. He pulled out the liquid in my knee, and then he said, normally we should do the operation, the surgery. But I know in 4 weeks there are the world champs, and I know you, he said, you want to try it. I say, of course I want to try. If there's a chance, I will take this chance. And he said, okay, you are not allowed to do any sports in these 4 weeks. Just go there, do the training, and then do the races, and then quit the season. So I did what the doctor says. I really, 4 weeks off. I went to St. Moritz, one training before the downhill training, the first. Then I took the free downhill training, and then the fifth day was the competition. And my coach said to me, you don't learn skiing now. You had the feeling. It's in your mind. You just need the feeling and the power to trust yourself. And I think that was the greatest words he had ever told to me. And I was at the starting gate and said, I can do this. Also with 4 weeks breaks. But I'm great here. And I'm at this situation. I know why I'm now here. And I just did it. And because of this story, maybe this medal feels like a triple gold medal.
Beautiful. Very beautiful, and has a very special place in your heart. And I love that story that you're sharing that with us. One last thing as we're coming to an end, because 1 year later, actually in 2018, you hang up your skis for good. You said goodbye to skiing, and then obviously for every athlete who is a professional athlete, at some point, you're not gonna do this forever. So I remember that when you stopped, you didn't really know what to do. And how did you then figure out what to do now, and which is being on TV?
Being at home after the last race just felt like being on holidays for the first 3 weeks. After these 3 weeks, it was like, what should I do? I mean, now, okay, I got the first season, I got my contract with my sponsors. First year, it's pretty okay. I have 1 year to check it out, what I want to do, what I can do, what I should do. Because as a sports athlete, you know or because of what you stood up in the morning, because of the power, also when it's a tough day, you know, for this achievement, for this feeling, you know for good why you are doing this. And I just want to have this feeling for the rest of my life as well. And I was doing a TV show for Christmas in April for Christmas.
For the following Christmas.
It was really tough because this Easter thinking with Christmas stuff was really crazy. And the host of this show said, so yeah, but maybe you want to do some host stuff or some TV show. And I said, so yeah, but I don't have any education. I cannot say, here I am, I want to do it, take me. And she said, so no, but she know in sports at the TV channel in Austria, they are searching for young people. And I said, so yeah, but I'm not young. And I mean, she said, okay, she will drop my name. She dropped my name, and I thought, yeah, I mean, TVs, it takes 2 to 3 years, and then they will forget it. Yeah, doesn't matter. 2 weeks afterwards, my mobile phone ring, And I was answering, and they said, yeah, we like, if it fits, if you like sports, we like you, maybe we have a job. And I did a casting interview. I did prepare 4 interviews, and it was pretty much fun because I said I want to do also the research thing. And yeah, it was great. I mean, I was pretty lucky that the time fits for them, for me, for my career. And now I'm on a TV show. I have my own series in soccer. And it's great. I mean, it's fun. It's great to research about the people, to learn the people, to getting to know them better. I have a great team with me the whole road, and it's crazy how life can be, and it's crazy cool.
Wow, what's the biggest difference compared to before you were the person being interviewed? Now you are actually the person interviewing.
I just was giving answers, and now every time I'm nervous because I have a line or a structure in my mind. Never know if it works out or not. And I mean, I feel like a double proofed. Can she do it? Do it that she do it good? And I mean, yeah, I'm famous because of skiing, and maybe I'm allowed to do a few things a little bit different, but they have to be good because just because I'm famous, I'm not allowed to do everything bad. So I always think it's double proofed, maybe for myself. So I'm again in this feeling carousel like in skiing, but it's great, and I'm just thankful that I got the opportunity, and I'm just thankful that I have so much fun doing my work now, and it's great.
Wow, beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much. Anything that you would like to give somebody on the way who is just starting out?
Do everything you want. Do it with passion. Do it with love, and do it with your best motivation on this day. Then it just can go perfectly good.
Beautiful. If somebody got inspired, and I'm sure that there are many out there, and if somebody would like to get in touch or follow you or know more about you, where can they find you?
I think there is a homepage, but I'm not really up to date now. Maybe the easiest way is on Instagram, Michi Kirchi. And yeah, I would be happy to get some messages, or if I can help anything with anybody with anything like this way. And yeah, would be great.
I will link that also in the show notes. Any last 30-second final thoughts that you would like to leave us with?
I was pretty nervous before the day because of doing such a long interview on English. So I really apologize for my mistakes and every stuff. But it was great fun. Thanks, Ronny, for the opportunity. I hope there are some thoughts or some thinking anybody helps. And yeah, it was a great choice. And thanks for having me.
Thank you so much. Thank you once again, and give it up. 3-time world champion, 7-time world championship medalist. Not so bad after all.
No, not so
Give
bad.
up for Michi Kirchgasser.
Thank you.
Thank you for sticking with us until the end. To make this content even more valuable for you, please leave a comment below and share your thoughts, and also share this video with somebody you care about who absolutely needs to see this. Thank you very much. Have an outstanding day, and see you next time.